Alright, let me fix everything up to get the spooky mood in. Okay, this is gonna be the fart. Oh, there we go. Alright, since All Hallows Eve is in pissing distance, I thought, I might take the piss out of a video and make a Halloween video. Hopefully you can see the red lights. It's daylight outside. I really should have made this at night. I've been trying to put this video off for a long time, trying to make it, trying to make it at night, but your boy gets stoned sometimes, so it slips my mind. But anyway, this is like a video that I'm making to say that, I watched. This is just me just talking about some 3 horror films that I've just recently seen. So there you go. There's the Halloween content. Now, the first one that I really want to talk about is this one movie called Chain Letter, and it's directed by Deon Taylor. Now, Deon Taylor is a black director who has made lots of stuff, and he's kind of hit or miss, if you ask me. He's on the cheap side, but in terms of black content, he's actually really good. Like, he's actually made some really good stuff. I enjoyed Black or Blue. Chain Letter is not one of those things. Chain Letter has got to be possibly one of the stupidest movies I ever watched, bro. Like, seriously. It goes nowhere. It tries to be, like, internet horror and shit, and, it's like, it never quite lands well. And, spoilers for this movie from 9 years ago or something, I don't give a shit. Basically, here's the thing that pissed me off about The Chain Letter as a movie. This movie literally spoils the final kill of the movie, basically. It's like this whole opening kill. This girl is, like, tied to, like, 2 cars that's driven by her parents. They about to go to work in the morning. Basically, she wakes up in the garage. She's tied up to these to her 2 parents' cars, and she's about to be ripped apart. Now, the mom stops it first, and she's like, "What the fuck? Is that my daughter chained or some shit? It's like my daughter, like, chained to, like, the back of my car or some shit." She tries to get the dad's attention, basically, and, like, the dad's just like, "Oh, I gotta go do some fucking, white guy work or something." I forgot what the job was. It's a shitty movie, guys. Basically, he drives off. The mother is on the driveway just freaking the fuck out. And next thing you know, the girl gets ripped in half, and that's the beginning of the movie. Here's where shit gets retarded, though. For some reason, when you watch the movie, it's free to watch on Tubi. It's like, the shit is like, the whole opening kill is the last kill of the movie. And the killing thing is, with this movie, Chain Letter, you don't know what's going on, man. It's like the whole movie is a prologue to the final kill, which was the opening kill of the movie. I think the movie is structured very badly. If we didn't get that full scene of her getting chained to the cars, it probably would have been a surprising scene. It would have been bunk still, but, logically, the movies would have been better if it wouldn't have had that scene in it, The only difference about the ending scene is that one of the girl that was chained up and was ripped apart, like, her friends try to stop it too at the last minute, and that's just it. Chain Letter, bro, it's no different. It's bargain bin internet horror. Like, I've seen Phaelus watch it, but I did not expect it to be this fucking terrible. We don't even know who the killer is, for that matter. Like, the killer, they hint at him being supernatural, but then it turns out, it's like this Y2K shit. Even though the movie came out, like, in, like, the late 2000s or something, and it's like, Brad Dourif is, like, the teacher. Like, that's like the second time a slasher character has played, like, a teacher at, like, a college or a school or something. Because recently, like, before that, I watched Urban Legend, where Robert Englund was, like, a college professor or something. It's fucking weird. The movie, we don't know who the killer is. We don't know what he does. He literally goes after you because you don't forward junk mail to people. It's so fucking stupid. But it's the perfect Halloween movie when you don't got nothing else to watch, and basically you just want to watch some stupid shit for an hour and a half, Basically, I would give Chain Letter basically like a 5 out of 10. I enjoyed it, but still, the movie is so badly structured, bro. It's terrible. And the second movie I watched recently, and it's possibly one of my favorite. It might be one of my new favorite movies to watch this October, and that would be The Frighteners. The Frighteners is directed by, Peter Jackson, and it stars Michael J. Fox pre-Parkinson's, and I love I don't know, man. Like, I like ghost movies. Usually, I don't fucks with ghost movies because I feel like they can be generic. But with the right kind of storytelling, you can make something really special. And I feel like that's what they did here. I watched The Frighteners in here like high as fuck. So much shit didn't register in my brain at the time before rewatching it. And yeah, I think it might be one of my favorite October movies because it's like there's just something. I love spooky, fun movies. I love that dynamic. It balances the genres a little bit. I feel like more horror comedies need to do that. It needs to balance the tone out more. So it just wouldn't seem so jarring. There's a bunch of other actors in the movie too. You got the legendary Jeffrey Combs, and that's what really, really boosted this up to like goated movie material for me because it's like this movie is star-studded. You got Marty McFly, you got fucking Sergeant Hartman, and you got Herbert West in the same movie. Like, come on, man. That's like, it's fucking great, dude. It's so damn good, man. It's really good. And the twist is good, too. I won't spoil it here. Just, find it on Tubi or whatever type of torrent site you had. It's a really good movie. Or just rent it on, like, DVD or something. It's probably, like, I very much recommend the director's cut over the extended version. But I feel like both cuts are good. This isn't a Snyderverse situation. But yeah, I've heard like there was like problems with the movie and it still came out good. It didn't even do well at the box office at the time, but it's a cult classic now. And I could see why. The movie is very good. It's like it captures that Halloween mood that I really like. And it throws in some rated R shit for shits and giggles. Yeah, I definitely recommend The Frighteners. I would give this a probably like a I don't know what 9 out of 10. That's too close though. I'll give it an 8 out of 10 for the effects and the story and the whole mood alone. I very much like The Frighteners. I very much like it. The movie that scared the hell out of me. Now, this was going to be a whole different video, but I decided to mash it into this one just to make things easy on myself. So, the one movie that I watched as a kid. Yeah, YouTuber talking about childhood fears. No. This isn't fucking Adam from YMS being scared over some fucking over a guy in a mask or something. No, this isn't a Courage the Cowardly Dog episode that scared me, guys. This one movie, I still remember to this day. This movie legit just gives me anxiety. And that's this 2004 horror movie. It's a black horror movie. And it's called Hood Rat or Terror or wherever you live. Those are the titles. And this shit scared the fuck out of me, man. It was so man, I wish I had more time to talk about it. Maybe I'll you know what? Well, fuck it. This whole video is just gonna be the whole portion of the video is just gonna be it's just gonna be about Hood Rat because that movie scared the hell out of me. But basically, like, it stars like this homeless guy. His name is Max. He lives with his brother Courtney on like the wrong parts of town, and he befriends this army of rats. The same killer rats that killed Joanna Man as an exterminator. Yeah, Joanna Man's in this movie, and his death is fucking horrifying. If I ever find a time to describe how scary that shit was for me as a child, I will do it. But basically, yeah, man, like, this movie is, like, even the plot's kind of, like, depressing a little bit. So, but I won't spoil it here. Go watch the movie wherever you can find it. Because it's scary as hell. Like, I'm not scared of rats. Well, I am. But I'm not, like, I'm not, like, petrified of them, But I think this movie is a good gateway to that fear because This isn't just like Willard, where it's like, oh, it's like a few rats scattered across the ground or some shit. No, there's like billions of these things. And throughout the entire third act, the apartment is like under attack by army of rats, and it's black people, bro. These rats don't fucking discriminate. They're eating children, they're eating crackheads, they're eating black folks, they're eating niggas, they're eating everybody, bro, in the most fucked up way imaginable. And you know what? You know, in the editing is another striking thing, because the editing is like, it's so weird and alien. Anytime there's like a rat attack with a character, shit would just get strangely artistic almost. Like shit would just like, the visuals would distort, or if everything would just turn negative for some reason. And I feel like that adds to the weirdness, man. That adds to the horror of the situation, because it's just like, you're being chased by things that want to eat you alive, and you're desperately trying to get out of this fucking apartment. And I think what truly gets me with Hood Rat as a movie, what truly fucked me up was the fact that I lived in apartments like that, man. I lived in like shit like, you know, like Chicago, in like, not Chicago, but like there's places in Kansas City that I lived that's no different from the setting of this movie, man. And that fucked me up, because I actually thought, like, are these things can come and get me? Hell, spoilers, fuck it. This movie's like what? Like close to my age. This scary ass movie and me damn near grew up together. So I'ma spoil some plot points. Basically, Max, the aforementioned main character that I just described, basically, his brother dies outside in the snow, pathetically, and nobody goes to help him. Nobody goes to help him. Not even the crooked fucking landlord. Nobody goes to help him. They just hear his wails, or they don't hear it at all, really. It's one dude outside, just fucking dying outside. And that was another scene that struck me. The one scene that doesn't have killer rats truly stuck with me, because it's just like, he had no way to go in, man. He was a paraplegic. He was like, bro, where was Max at for real? I haven't saw this movie for years, but I just realized, where was Max in this ultimatum? Where was he? Was he with the rats? Was he feeding the rats while his brother was dead to death? Was just freezing to death? I don't know. My point is, that whole thing was a catalyst to Max just lashing out at the apartment complex. He's like, what the fuck are you doing? You let my brother die? And he tells the rats, repent! But yeah, he's just freaking out. He's like, what the fuck? You let my brother die? And he basically just tells the rats, hey, fuck these people up. Men, children. Okay, he didn't tell them that. I'm paraphrasing. But essentially, the rats get revenge for him, and everyone dies. We see every detail of a tenant just getting mauled and swarmed to death. And that scared the fuck out of me, man. Like, seriously. Like, there's one scene. This is the one scene I want to bring up the most. I still sit on, like, bro, I still sit on the toilet like this on some South Park shit. Remember that episode where Claude sat on the toilet backwards? I still do some shit like this to this day. Because that episode just said, hey, why don't you just sit backwards so you can play with your iPad or some shit? And I still do that. One, because I can put my belongings on the seat. And two, you know, you can look down. You don't get to see no fucking rats biting at your balls and genitals and shit, man. Like, do more of that shit when you're taking a shit. Sit like this. Sit backwards. It'll save your fucking life. But yeah, there was this one scene. I think he was a crackhead, could have been a druggie or whatever. Rats were eating up this guy's ass. They were eating up his intestines. I'm sorry to put it graphically, but that's what happened. Basically, they ate all the way up his body. And there's even one scene where Max snuck into one of the apartments to know what the fuck is going on. And there's like he's just sitting up there like fucking Chris Tucker from Dead Presidents. Fucking cracked out of his mind. His organs are just eaten away. And a rat comes out of his mouth. That was one of the most grossest things I ever said, man. And I'm sorry I ruined that for you, but you just gotta watch the original movie to see how fucked that scene was. Just imagine that, man. You're sitting on the toilet, you're doing your business, you're possibly, smoking your crack rocks like Demiguy, you're possibly just like minding your own business. Basically, you're sitting on the toilet, you're doing your business. Next thing you know, you feel something nibbling at your little testicles, your little balls. You don't expect fucking rats crawling up your bumhole, eating up your insides. You don't expect that shit. That's fucking horrifying. And I watched this shit when I was a toddler. Go watch Hood Rat, bro. It's the perfect Halloween movie, especially when you're a brother and you've lived in these situations, man. Especially when you live in these type of environments. It captures the disenfranchised mood very well. I would very much love a remake of Hood Rat if that's possible. Maybe give Jordan Peele, give the project to Jordan Peele, because I feel like he would capture that very well. But yeah, I feel like Asia Washington did a good job. Ice-T is also in this movie, but he doesn't really do much. Like, this nigga's face is on the fucking poster, yet he barely has stuff to do. And like, he's like he's either a slumlord or someone, one of the tenants. Again, I haven't watched the movie in years, and I don't plan on rewatching it. But basically, he gets 8, and his name is like, he's top billing in the credits, bro, and he dies in such a fucked up, anticlimactic way, bro. He dies off screen. So, what was his name again? Grady or something? I don't know. But yeah, man, like Halloween, man. There's 3 movies I watched that I just wanted to cover, because it's just like, I love horror movies, man. I love watching them with my family, and depending on the movie, I can watch it alone, because it's just something about horror, man. It's not like the superhero genre where it can easily get old quickly. There's plenty of stuff you can do with horror. There's plenty of stuff you can do to scare people with, And I feel like, as a writer and, as I'm writing more stuff, I feel like I can write more stuff. And I feel like Hood Rat and movies like Hood Rat, Candyman and all that stuff, I feel like that was a conduit for me as a creator, because it's just like, all these fucked up ways you can basically basically kill someone, really. Basically all these fucked up ways you can put fear into the person reading or watching it. It's amazing, bro. It's amazing. Some horror movies don't always hit the mark, but when they do, they can become cult classics. I'm definitely gonna watch that Eli Roth Thanksgiving movie in November, because that shit just looks like it's gonna be wild as hell. Just my specialty. But yeah, Halloween, man. Yeah, fucking LED lights won't make the room all red. I wanted to check out FNAF, but who really cares about FNAF? And as always, don't want this video to be up for 20 minutes. Yeah, man, have a safe Halloween out there. Some crazy fucking people out there. You don't know what's happening. Mass shootings and shit. Stay safe out there, DH Nation. I care about y'all. Stay safe out there, and make sure you don't run into nobody crazy. And as always, take care of yourselves and each other.